gamblers, bladers, and fellow awesome nerds. It is I, Baku Dad, one half of the Baku Boys, and if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, please be sure to drop us a comment so you can help keep our channel growing as we do try and release weekly Bakugan, Beyblade, and other awesome nerdy content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what I've got in store for you guys for this video. So, today is Wednesday, March 9th, and for today's video, it's actually going to be super different for today's video because I'm actually not doing an unboxing video. Well, I technically am doing an unboxing video, but not really like an unboxing we've really... Well, I mean, technically we have covered an unboxing like this before, but it's been a while. So, Baku Kid and I, the last weekend that I had Baku Kid with me, we wound up doing a light recording weekend. We didn't really record a whole lot. So that's why there was only one Friday night fight video and a Wednesday video featuring both Baku Kid and I, because the last weekend he was with me, we were super busy and he just wanted to do a lot of other stuff with me, and I was super fine with that. So we did some brainstorming on what to do for this week at this point. And we both decided that it would be fun to kind of go outside the box a little bit, even though our channel tends to go outside its own box several times, because we started off as just doing Bakugan content, then we started doing Bakugan and Beyblade, then we started incorporating all kinds of other stuff into our channel. And now, I mean, Baku Kid and I, we look at ourselves as Baku Boys, Games and Toys at this point. Which has been a really fun adventure for Baku Kid and I, because, as you all know, him and I do enjoy tabletop gaming along with everything else we do. So, with that being said, this week, Baku Kid and I decided was going to be what we are going to call Tabletop Gaming Week. And this week is actually going to focus a lot around solo board gaming, or solo tabletop gaming, because this Friday night fight video is actually going to be another solo adventure with Baku Dad, which is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to show you guys that. And then this Saturday video that I've got lined up is going to be my personal top 5 list of tabletop games that I have played that you can actually sit down and play solo, even though that you can have multiple people playing them. But you can also play these games solo, which is actually a lot of fun, because sometimes it's hard to find gaming groups and whatnot. And sometimes just sitting down and enjoying a nice tabletop game by yourself can honestly be super refreshing and super relaxing. So, because of what I'm going to be playing for this Friday, what I'm going to do for today, even though it is what I would consider a a different version of unboxing, I am actually going to be breaking out my copy of Marvel Legendary, or the Legendary game, but it's Marvel Villains. I actually have the Villains version over the Hero version. This is actually a cooperative deck building game for, I think, yeah, it's for one to 5 players. I have not busted this. I've actually had this game for quite a few years. This game came out in 2014, and I think I wound up getting this around 2000, maybe maybe 16, 17, 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. So I've had this for quite a few years, and this game has brought me hours of fun and enjoyment. And I know there have been several other channels in the past that have covered this game, but you know what? It is 2022. It's always good to look back at games that we enjoyed in the past and stuff that we always enjoyed doing, years before. So I thought it was a great time to bust this out. So we are going to go ahead and check out what is inside the box for this video. But yeah, we're not going to waste that much more time. We're going to go straight to the table and look at everything this box holds. Catch you guys at the table in just a moment. Yo! And welcome back to the table, where we are ready to open up this box and check out not everything, but at least quite a few stuff in it. Because as you guys will see upon opening it, I've got not only the core rulebook, but tons of smaller rule books as well. I've got tons of cards in here, so we are not going to look at everything in here, because honestly, this is not everything I have for Marvel Legendary, because there were, with as many cards as I have, I had to fit everything into 2 boxes. I've got quite a bit for this game. I have been collecting this game 4 years, ever since I got it. And this is like you saw, it is a Marvel deck building game. So a quick overview, just to open up the very first page. Quick overview is Welcome to Legendary Villains, a Marvel deck building game. In this game, you'll lead Marvel supervillains like Loki, Magneto, and Dr. Octopus to smash superheroes and dominate the Marvel Universe. The only thing in your way is the game itself fighting back against you, with powerful commanders like Nick Fury and Professor X leading terrifying adversaries like Hulk, Thor, and Wolverine. So what you are is, in the villains version, you're a shield operative. Hydra operative. If you're playing the heroes version, you're a shield operative. But right here we have the villains box. The cool thing about this game is whether or not you have the villains or the hero set, it actually goes well with every single expansion. You can actually buy multiple expansions and expand upon the game itself. So you were, like it said, you were recruiting villains, and because I've mixed up a lot of stuff in here and bought tons of different expansions in the past, you get to recruit villains and heroes as well to go up against powerful villains and heroes that are also leading other villains and heroes as well. So for a quick overview, or a quick look at some of the stuff. So it is a deck building game, and with it being a cooperative deck building game instead of competitive deck building game, you and your other friends, if this is played for 1 to 5 players, so if you have other people playing with you, they are also working with you to help take down the big powerful boss at the end of the game, or near the end of the game. So you start off with a simple deck of these two different types of, well, I would call it resources or currency, but technically 2 different types of resources. You have recruiting resources and fighting resources. You start off with a simple deck of 12 cards, 8 of these and 4 of these. And utilizing that, with it being a deck building game, you actually get to build your deck as you play. So let's see. Let me grab one of the cards you can recruit using the recruitment cards. So we'll grab Juggernaut right here. So he's got a recruitment cost of 4. And you also see over here that he also has that that fighting resource as well. So while you buy this card for 4 of the recruiting resources, and you can see how much the cards cost right here. These are always free, which is awesome. But you cannot buy these cards. These cards actually are the ones that help, that actually start your deck off. So you play this game over multiple rounds, building your deck bigger and bigger as you go. Let's see if I've got a different card in here. Oh yeah, a different Juggernaut card. So you can see this one also costs 4, and it also has the recruiting resource on it as well. So utilizing these cards as you draw them, because you're going to be going through your deck multiple times. When your deck runs out, you just reshuffle your deck and continue to play along with it. All the cards that you buy, all the cards you buy and recruit automatically get put into your discard pile. So when you have to shuffle your deck again, all those new cards that you've bought are now implemented into your ever-growing deck. And then utilizing the fighting resources, let's grab one of the powerful boss cards. So here's one of the powerful bosses, Doctor Strange. He actually has, you can see he's got 8 for here. So technically his health. So you have to do 8 or more damage in order to defeat him. And let's see. So yeah, you have to beat him. I think it's like, you have to beat him like 4 or 5 times. Yeah, you have to beat him 4 times, because every time you fight him, he has a different tactic that'll come up. Or, yeah, I think it's either 4 or 5 times. I can't remember. I'll have to... It's been a while since I've played. So that is one of the powerful bosses. And then he can also have his own list of people that he brings along with him. Like Jean Grey of the X-Men. Let's see. Moon Knight from the Spider-Friends. Scream, who is actually a Carnage villain, I think. Bullseye. Thor. And then there's also all kinds of other smaller backup adversaries as well, like Asgardian Warriors. Cape Killers. Even cops that you'll have to fight up against. Let's see some of the other bosses I've gotten here. Oh, Iron Man. And even Galactus. Yeah, Galactus himself. One of the most powerful bosses that I have in the game, and I haven't even faced up against him yet, because that's going to be a super challenge. I might have to try and implement a couple friends to help me take down Galactus in this game, because I haven't even done it myself. But those are just some of the cards that help you out, and cards you'll go up against. And then, as you can see right in the center of the box, there is this playmat that is a layout of the city and the lair where you recruit. And this will actually get utilized in the game for this Friday night fight video, which will be a lot of fun. I've got a die. I've got a 6-sided die in here, so when you're playing with multiple people, you can actually roll to see who's going to be the first player. But, actually, yeah. Here's actually a layout of the setup. So it doesn't say right here the layout for one player, but if you're playing with one player, you have one adversary group and one whole group of adversaries, which there's actually 8 cards in an adversary group. So adversary groups are like the Avengers or CSA Special Marshals or the Defenders, because each of these bosses, each of the powerful bosses, actually has an adversary group that they always lead. So for Doctor Strange, he always leads the Defenders. But you don't have to utilize the group that the boss always leads. You can actually use a different one if you want. And then you always have a group of backup adversaries or henchmen, and I can't remember how many cards are in these backup adversary groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of using a whole group of backup adversaries for one game, you actually use 3 cards from the backup adversaries. And I think you still utilize 2 bystanders, but instead of 5 ally groups, what you do is, for starting off the game, you actually have multiple decks on this playmat. So you would grab all the cards for one of the allies. And I think there's like 14 cards per each ally deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 cards for each ally. So you would take all 14 cards for each ally, and then you would actually build a deck that would be randomly drawn. So for a 2-player game, it says right here you'd use five allies. But for a 1-player game, you'd actually use 3 groups of allies. You'd actually shuffle the deck, put the ally deck here, and then you would fill this layer with 5 of those allies. And then the adversaries would go right here. We'll get into bystanders and bindings when I sit down and play, but the whole layout of the city, once an adversary shows up here, he actually moves his way through the city until it overruns. And then there's stuff here like Madam Hydra, new recruits. These are smaller decks that you can actually recruit cards from as well. And then here is the commander, where the commander sits. And you just sit there and fight the commander until the commander is done. There is a plot that you or a scenario that you play through the game. And actually, let me go ahead and grab one of those scenarios, because we're not going to look at too many components. Those components will get showed later on in this Friday episode. So let's see. Not that one. Okay, so here we go. A scenario or a plot. Last stand at Avengers Tower. So you build a setup of 6 plot twist cards, and then whenever you draw a plot twist card, stack this twist above the rooftops as Stark Tech defenses. If there is an adversary on the rooftops, choose 3 allies from the lair and KO them. Special rules: when an adversary is on the rooftops, it gets +1 health for each Stark Tech defense. Good wins, or technically, you lose the game when there are 13 non-gray allies in the KO pile. So, good wins, that with this being the villains, box, if good wins, that's bad for you. I've actually got some other cards in here that say bad wins.
Let's see if I can find one of those cards that says that. Yeah, like this one. It says evil wins when 3 bystanders are in the KO pile and or escape pile. As you can see, I have mixed both hero and villain expansions in here. But it does make for a super fun game with tons of content to explore. But we will actually dive deeper into this and actually see a full game of it for this Friday. And that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this brief look and small introductory into the Legendary game universe, or the Legendary deck building game universe. If you did, go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know what you actually thought of, what this game actually is. And, let me know if you're super excited for this Friday Night Fight video, because I will be playing a full scenario for the Legendary deck building game. It'll be a lot of fun, and I'm excited because I haven't really sat down and played this game in a while, and it's always fun to go ahead and sit down and play something that you have not played in quite a while, and remember having quite a bit of fun with it. But until next video, I am Baku Dad, one half of the Baku Boys, signing out, and always remember to Bakugan Brawl, let it rip, and stay awesome and nerdy. Peace out, guys.